My name is Sonia Jones. I have been an artist my entire life, but just until, I guess, a year and a half ago, that's when I first started to come out on the DMV art scene. When people see my mural, I hope that they feel a sense of joy, a sense of pride, and a sense of passion. Art is supposed to encourage and to motivate, and that's the goal, and that's what I hope that they do. The inspiration for my design concepts for the murals was I always like to place Black and brown people at the center of my work. It's really important for me that especially young men, young women, they see themselves projected larger than life. And so one of my pieces, it was of a young girl in a kind of 50s style with the Black Power fist on her shirt. I really wanted young girls to see themselves because growing up, there really wasn't that much representation in the media for me. And so even as I was doing the mural and also the mural of the young boy, it's really great to get the community involved and see the young men and women, look up at themselves and be in awe. And so what inspired me to do that was just for them to feel that sense of pride and feel that sense of connection to art, something that they might not otherwise get in their walk in DC. This process for creating a mural was very different. This was actually my first set of murals that I've ever done. I'm a canvas painter, so one of the main differences is that it's a full body workout, honey. Mind, body, and soul goes into, putting a piece on that size. From getting up on the ladders, bending down and getting work. I think like the next day I was sore for like a week. Another great thing that comes out of doing murals and something that's special is that you're able to communicate with the community and have support from them as well. I had individuals give me water, people give me gift cards to different restaurants, and also I think someone even offered me an adult beverage one time. So it's really a great experience for me, and I just was very blessed and very happy to be a part of the project. What the impact that public art can have on the community is doing something that I think mainstream media oftentimes fails to do, which is represent the culture and represent the community. When they do large community projects, sometimes I know what they do is that they poll the community. They ask, what do you want to see? What are the color scheme? What are the individuals if you're doing a mural of a particular person? And the impact that it does is representation. Going back to why I did the murals that I did, I want Black and brown people to see themselves on walls, see themselves larger than life, and see themselves in just a new light, and hopefully it changes the way that they view themselves, and hopefully it helps other people change the way that they view each other. How I think public art has changed over the last few months, kind of considering the climate that we're in, when artistic expression meets, angst, meets high emotion, which is what we have a lot, in this current climate, and meets opportunity, you get really great art and really great pieces that allow individuals to express themselves in ways that they might not have never done before. And also it has changed, and some of the other things that we're seeing is that people are producing more art, people are producing art that moves people, people are producing art that allows them to change the way people think. And I think what we'll see in the months to come, we're just going to see more of that. It's not just painting, it's not just murals, it's also in poetry, it's also in spoken word. We're seeing really great content come out in film. And so what I think is going to happen in the future is just we're really going to see a change in the way that we view Black identity in America. We're going to see a change in the way we view Black people and how Black people can make an impact on the world that they see, and especially living in America. The role that art plays in the Black Lives Matter movement is that art is, as I stated before, it's a form of expression. So when we create art that is that surrounds the Black Lives Matter movement, when it's for the Black Lives Matter movement, it allows us to project our voices to different kinds of audiences. So for instance, I've never been in the National Building Museum. This opportunity for me is great because I can have pieces that people might not see otherwise. And so when we create art around the Black Lives Matter movement, we are, projecting that voice, we are projecting that narrative and allowing people to see us for who we are. What I would like to see change with art as it relates to the Black Lives Matter movement is that we have more of like a diversity of artwork. So I know we have paintings, we have murals, but I really like to see put on a pedestal spoken word, poetry, different filmmakers, and also other things that I would like to see is just other platforms that allows us to have access to that artwork, to those artists, and also have mainstream media put those individuals in a place where they can have more opportunities so they can share their voice and share their message. What is very difficult about painting a large-scale public mural is obviously it's the scale. I'm used to working very small on canvases, and when you're trying to create something that large, you really have to do a little bit more planning behind the scenes. And also sometimes when you get to the wall, sometimes things change. You put a color up there, it doesn't look right because of the sun. Another thing is that you're dealing with the elements. When I was creating 2 of the 3 murals, I was in the heat for I think 5-6 hours straight, and that's very draining on the body. You have to stay hydrated, and you have to ensure that you're doing what you need to do to be able to get that mural completed. Another challenge is just being able to paint that large and paint that scale, and ensuring that it allows when the viewer looks at it, it looks the way that you imagined in your mind, and ensuring that, especially if you're doing faces, like I'm a portrait artist, you want to make sure that your proportions are right, you want to make sure that your color scheme reads from different angles, and so there's just a lot of other variables and different kind of situations you need to plan for when you're painting for a large public mural. When people see the murals that I create, I hope it inspires a sense of pride. I hope it inspires a sense of belonging, and I hope that people see themselves. I like to call myself like a diaspora painter, so I have different aspects of the Black diaspora within my work. So from the Caribbean, from the South Americas, all the Americas, and even the beautiful African continent. I want to ensure that all people across the African diaspora can see themselves in my work, and I hope that it inspires them to fight for their rights. I hope it inspires them to fight for what is right, and I hope that it inspires them to love themselves. Given our current climate, COVID-19, the shutdown, the reopening, and then the shutdown again, and the reopening again. The words of encouragement that I have for everyone is that, the storm doesn't last for always. I hope that we all can just stand strong and stay together in this. Hug yourself, hug your loved ones. Take this time to reflect on, what your next step in life is, since we have a lot more alone time with ourselves, and also make sure that you're seeking the right health thing, and putting your mental health and putting your health first. This is the climate has allowed us to really stop with all the fast-paced corporate America, rush getting stuff done. And my hope is that we love ourselves, we love our families, and then the storm won't last for always. There'll be light at the end of the tunnel, and when we get there, we'll be even stronger than we were before.